We are going to get started with our science lesson today. Now, we are going to be learning about the second planet from the sun in our solar system, which we all should know is Venus. And on my screen, I have some pictures of Venus to kick off our learning today. And so we know that Venus, like I said, is the second planet in our solar system, which means it's a terrestrial planet. It's a rocky planet. And today we're going to start to learn planet Venus. And we're going to be doing today is we are going to be filling out this graphic organizer. But before I talk about that, today our objective is I can name facts about Venus. And we're going to be using our 3-column graphic organizer in order to find patterns in our solar system. Today you're going to hear a lot of things that are very different from our planet Mercury that we've been studying for the past 2 days. So as we are watching our video, we'll be pausing it and filling in our 3-column graphic organizer about Venus. So go ahead and turn your attention to the screen so we can learn some facts about Venus.
Venus, the second planet from the Sun, is the second brightest object in the night sky.
Oh, I already heard something really cool. I heard that Venus is the second brightest object in the night sky. That's cool. I had no idea. Very, very cool. Can move that over. There we go. And we also heard that it is the second planet in our solar system as well. So let's keep going.
Warmer only than the Moon. This brightness is due partially to the fact that Venus comes closer to the Earth than any other planet, partially to the fact that it is very close to the Sun at a distance of 67 million miles, and partially because its thick atmosphere does an excellent job of reflecting sunlight back into space.
I heard that Venus can also reflect sunlight back into space. That's pretty cool. So we'll add that. So Venus can reflect sunlight back into space. And it's because of its atmosphere. Now remember, Mercury had a very weak atmosphere, and Venus has the complete opposite atmosphere. It has a very thick atmosphere. It means full of gases.
Because of its brilliance, Venus has been observed by humans for thousands and thousands of years. Sometimes called the morning star or the evening star.
Ooh, we can add that to our list. So Venus is called I'll just add it here. It can be called the morning or evening star. There we go.
Because it is at its brightest at sunrise and sunset. The ancient Romans named it Venus after their goddess of love and beauty. Similar in size and gravity, and with a rocky body like the Earth's, Venus is sometimes called Earth's sister.
Oh, there's another thing. It is called Earth's sister because it is similar in size, and it's also a rocky planet like Earth as well.
On closer inspection, though, it is very, very different. Although Venus appears serene, like a beautiful bright star at a distance, the surface of the planet is hazardous. Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system because of its thick, toxic atmosphere.
So Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system. So I'll add that. Hottest planet in the solar system.
Mostly carbon dioxide with clouds of sulfuric acid that allow it to retain the sun's heat. Venus has no oceans. It is far too hot for water. Most of its surface is dry, rocky desert plains. Because of its dense atmosphere, the pressure on Venus's surface is 92 times greater than Earth's. The heat, pressure, and corrosive atmosphere on Venus has provided a challenge for scientists attempting to map and explore its surface. More than 36 spacecraft have made at least partially successful missions to Venus, beginning with NASA's Mariner 2 spacecraft flying by in 1962. Venus's clouds prevented observation of its surface from space, however.
So we could say Venus has clouds. And we could say Venus also has a dry surface because it does not rain or has no water there. So we can add that as well.
And in 1967, the Soviet lander Venera 4 touched down on its surface. Due to the hostile surface conditions, it only survived for 23 minutes. Later probes were built to better withstand conditions on Venus, but even the most successful only transmitted data for 110 minutes, not quite 2 hours. Still, the landers and probes lasted long enough to give us a peek beneath the cloud cover and teach us more about Venus. Venus rotates very slowly, only once every 243 days.
Okay, so unlike Earth, it's very slow. So 243 days is a very slow orbit or a very slow turn on its axis.
And it spins backwards compared to the Earth.
So we can add that too. So Venus can spin backwards. So instead of going the same way as Earth on its axis, it goes the opposite direction.
And most other planets. That means that if you were on Venus and could see it through the clouds, the sun would seem to rise in the west and set in the east. I hope you enjoyed learning more about Venus.
Okay, so let's go over all of the facts that we gathered from our video today before I let you go off on your seesaw. So we said that Venus is the second brightest object in this night sky. It is the second planet. It's called the morning or evening star because that's when it's brightest. It's Earth's sister and it's the hottest planet in the solar system. We said that Venus can reflect sunlight back into space and that it can spin backwards on its axis. We also said that Venus has thick atmosphere, it has clouds, and it has a dry surface. So we have a lot of things that are very different than what we learned about Mercury yesterday. Like Mercury had a very weak atmosphere. So today we named some facts about Venus using our 3-column graphic organizer in order to find patterns in our solar system. So you're going to head over to Seesaw and you're going to you're going to complete a Venus activity where you're going to be identifying some facts about Venus. All right, I can't wait to learn more about Venus with you tomorrow. Bye, first grade.